Okay, this seems to be. Do you see me? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hello, can someone hear me? Is it okay? Loud and clear. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. I just wanted to check if it's now on YouTube. Why is it not coming on YouTube? This is a good question. I just needed to have it on YouTube. But let's see how this is working. Why is it not on YouTube? I need to see it on YouTube also. Why is it not on YouTube? Wait 1 minute, mein Kanal. Ah, okay, now we are here. Okay, now I'm here. That's nice. Okay, now I figured it out. Hope I can chat. If someone wants to come up, einladen. So, hey everyone, I was thinking that it would be nice and inspiring to present after I made the first video of the debut album of Led Zeppelin to make a video from the following after the following records following the debut album, and by the knowledge of Patrick the vinyl archivist, I learned quite a lot about the pressings of Led Zeppelin. So I try to now. I wanted to inspire some the people and present the people something I experienced, either by hearing it directly on vinyl or by hearing it on vinyl rips from Patrick, the vinyl archivist. And I think there are some beautiful pressings of Led Zeppelin out there, and I wanted to show you what I have here, not to brag, but to just inspire people and to share, because I think the Led Zeppelin albums are really fantastic. So I wanted to start with this one. This is the Twoofer, you can say in Germany. I had just to figure out how to make the camera nicely working like this. This is the Twoofer you have in Germany. This is really uh, 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 a great find. If you find this Twoofer, it has two albums. This is actually the cover, two originals of Led Zeppelin. And honestly speaking, it's very nice. You find here in this beautiful Twoofer, the Americans and the English people say that you find here the first press, the first album, the debut album, and then also the second album of Led Zeppelin in this Twoofer. And the surprise is that this Twoofer has the Robert Ludwig side one. On This is the side one is by Robert Ludwig. Unfortunately, the second side is not by Robert Ludwig, and it sounds like crap. But the first side has etched in the dead wax Robert Ludwig. So when you find this Twoofer, um, you will be amazed, because in the Led Zeppelin 2 you will find that there is the first side A. You have the experience of the hot stamper. It is called by Robert Ludwig, and it sounds really amazing. It really sounds amazing. I can only imagine how our original US pressing. If anyone wants to come up, please, I put the link there. I like if someone wants to join for sure. So the experience is so beautiful when you can hear the Robert Ludwig cut, even on one side. It's just marvelous to hear what he did. This is these are the HD66S, I think. Pretty okay headphones. Yeah. Look out for this Twoofer if you find the two original classics of Led Zeppelin, and like I said, it is very nice that the Led Zeppelin 2 has the Robert Ludwig etching in the dead wax, and it sounds phenomenal. So I presented. I have also on the other video I showed the Plum Led Zeppelin. I have yes, Nick. Piros did I think George Paris did a lot of the pressings of Led Zeppelin. I have the debut album I have from Patrick. I have the George Paris. You have to look in Discogs under GP/AP, and he did a marvelous job on the mastering of the debut album. For many of the fans, the George Paris cut of the debut album is really the best one. I have the Monarch with his initials GPAP. I have the Plum and several others, which you can see in my first video of that one. And the George Pyrus card is really marvelous. I don't have the classic. Mike Watts has the classic, and they said the classic sounds also very beautiful. But for me, the Plum label in the debut album, the Plum and the George Pyrus are for me more my favorite pressings of Led Zeppelin 1. And George Pyrus, he did such a good job. It has so much bottom end. It has not that fatiguing highs and the energy of the UK Plum first pressing. But when you find the George Pyrus pressing, you will be very amazed. So for the Led Zeppelin 2, I have the original UK pressing as a Plum label. For me, this is the second best after Robert Ludwig pressing. More I don't have from the Led Zeppelin 2. Of course, I have the Jimmy Page remasters, and it sounds not bad, but it sounds to me a little polished. All the remasters for me from Jimmy Page sound a little polished, but the third one and the fourth one I think are really good value for money. The new remasters, although they are digitally sourced, I kind of like the third and the fourth album because it has such a huge soundstage and it's clean and it has a very good sound. And yeah, it's really something which Jimmy Page did a pretty much good job on that. But I'm an original fan of the original one, so for me, Robert Ludwig ranks one, of course, and then the UK Plum pressing. And I also think that George Pyrus did the second one also. I may ask Patrick, the vinyl archivist, but I think he also did the Led Zeppelin 2. Now, the for three, I showed it in the other video, my most beloved albums and the grails. I showed I did for number 3, Led Zeppelin 3. Definitely the best sounding album is the UK first pressing, the Plum label pressing with the Matrix A5B7, and they are really good. If you find the A5B7, you can ask Dave from the OG Club. You can really be really happy when you find Led Zeppelin 3 as a A5B7 pressing Plum label. You can buy a lot of money, but it's worth it in my humble opinion. Really good sounding. Patrick also says, yes, Verterra Cyber on a Technics 1210 GR. I love Verterra Cyber. It's the best M cartridge I ever heard. It smokes my Dynavector 70DX cartridge, which is nearly double the price. For metal and rock, Verterra Saber, thumbs up. Beautiful cartridge. So for the third album, I highly recommend you get the UK Plum label A5B7. It's the best sounding for me out there, and also for Patrick, the vinyl archivist, but some may find even others. I heard the Canadian number 3 is pretty much a cool pressing. Then the remaster sounds very good for the Led Zeppelin 3, but nothing like the UK Plum A5 B7. Just note down A5 B7. This is a really fantastic pressing. John Bandy, my order would be Robert Ludwig SS, then UK Plum. Yes, 100%. 100%. I agree with John R. Bendy. My order would also be Robert Ludwig, and then of course the Plum. It's not far behind. I agree also. Hi Nadine. I agree also that the Plum label is not far behind. If anyone wants to come up, I put the link in the. I can put the link again in. So if anyone is eager to come up, I would welcome. No problem for me. The more the merrier. So like I said, number 3, if you are short on money, it's really cool if you have if you don't have so much money, you can really buy the Led Zeppelin remasters from Jimmy Page. They sound really good, especially number 3 and number 4. And if you have the money, go for the UK Plum 3. It's really, really fantastic. Fantastic sound. I didn't pay so much for it, and it has such an open sound, such a wonderful sound stage. Um, yes, yes, the John and I we are on the same wavelength. I like you so much, John. You're really cool. Everyone on this Peanut Bell Gallery is such nice people to be around with. Thank you so much for having me and for listening to my freaking rambling. I agree also, John, that actually the number 3 of the remaster is for me personally the best sounding of those digital adventures from Page. And I'm not someone who shits on digital records. If they sound fine, they sound fine. So then I also presented in my Crane's Holy Grail video. I presented Led Zeppelin 4, the Plum label pressing, Pecco Duck pressing, Porcam Pecco, excellent UK first album, first pressing of the Led Zeppelin Untitled. I call it number 4. Some call it So. I couldn't care less. I like the 4 for me. This is Led Zeppelin 4, and honestly speaking, the UK Plum pressing is for me the best one of the lot. And I have two, 3 with the new remaster. The new remaster, I have to say, sounds for me fabulous. I have to really say the remaster of the 4th Led Zeppelin album sounds really, really good. Of course, I prefer the rawness and the energy of the UK Plum version, and it's mastered by Peckham and Duck. It has Edge, Pecco, and Duck on the matrix, and this is for me the best one. For me personally, the best one on the number 4 Led Zeppelin. But there is one more fantastic. This one is the Monarch pressing of the US Monarch pressing of Led Zeppelin. This is also in a marvelous condition. You can see the plum in the A. And this is also Pecco Duck, I think. Yes, Pecco Duck Monarch pressing. It has the MO. Yeah. So this is a really, really good pressing. If you find this one, man, this is a great sounding album. It has this Pecco Duck on the US vinyl. It is a little bit more in the lower end, more present, not that energy of the UK Plum. Some prefer the US Pecco Duck pressing of the 4th album. Some prefer the UK pressing of the Plum label of Led Zeppelin 4. For me, both are really, really praiseworthy. But I think for me, I'm glad that I found the UK Plum Pecco Duck. It has the bigger soundstage and the more punch in the face. So then for Led Zeppelin 4, there are 2 very desirable pressings of Led Zeppelin Houses of the Holy. There are very much ecstatic pressings of Houses of the Holy. And first of all, it's of course again Pecco and Duck, the UK first pressing. It sounds beautiful. I had it here. But then Patrick, the vinyl archivist, he showed me the way to the US pressing of Robert Ludwig, and this one is the US pressing with the Robert Ludwig initials. So Robert Ludwig, he initialed this one. It has Robert Ludwig in the dead wax, and this one is really for me the better sounding one in my system, in my ears, in my taste. It is more balanced. It has super fat bottom end. It has a wonderful sound stage, and I like how Robert Ludwig is doing the thing. The attack is here more than on the Pecco Duck. I love this album. If you find it, it's not that expensive like the first 50, 60, 70 bucks for that one. I think the UK pressing is more up, but this one is the Robert Ludwig pressing. I would rank it absolutely my favorite one of the Houses and the Holy. So first one would be Robert Ludwig, and second one would definitely be Pecco Duck, the Pecco Duck pressing of the Houses of the Holy. Yeah. Then I have 3 of those here. 3 of the physical gravities. I have this one is the original UK first pressing on Swan Song. I found that one in London for 65 pounds in a pretty cool condition. Now, physical gravity suffers from not a poor sound, but I don't think you can call physical gravity a good sounding record. Uh, it sounds okay, and for me, the UK first pressing sounds in my ears the best of the three that I have. So I would rank this number one. Physical gravity, the UK first pressing would be my favorite one. And yes, I agree. At Topo, it has a bad production. But like I said, I have three. I tried out three of them. Patrick Devine, Lycovist, I will sure show you. Sent me an US Monarch pressing. It sounds marvelous too, in terms of how marvelous it can sound on that production. But this one would be my number one on the physical gravity, because yeah, it captures the energy and the sound stage is bigger on that one too. So the next one would be I think that one is the US pressing, the Monarch of physical gravity, and it sounds very very good, very good, but not as good in my opinion as the UK first pressing of physical gravity. But both are very praiseworthy, both are highly recommended. The UK first pressing and the American first Monarch pressing, definitely. There is a Portuguese pressing with the UK stamps AB. Sounds great also for Houses of the Holy. Nice, nice. Yeah, this is what we need. This is so nice, John, that you find this, that you share these cool advices. And I have, for example, I have a Abbey Road Creek pressing with the same stampers as the UK first pressing of Abbey Road, not the -2, -1, but very very good pressing for at least third or the fourth of the price of Abbey Road. So there are those records there, that sound similar and have the same stampers like the Gala records. Iron Maiden, Ryan, you ordered them, you will be amazed how good they sound. And I think, thank you, John, for sharing this. It's really cool that some of the Portuguese Creek and whatever stuff we can find for good value for money is appreciated. I just can't find the clean UK. Yes, it's difficult. I had the luck of finding. Yeah, credit Patrick for that. Of course, I always credit for Patrick, the vinyl archivist, for sure. He's a good friend of mine. Know him since 12 years. Sent him like 200 records maybe, or 250 for digitalizing. And so yeah, definitely. This is just sharing means caring, in my humble opinion. If anyone knows this information, we get it out. The Abbey Road, I have the Abbey Road UK first pressing. A2 A1 B1 is the best, is for me the best sounding Abbey Road. But like I said, I just found the similar one for Greece production from Greece, and it has the same stampers, the Yax stampers, but it has not A2 B1. But man, it sounds really cool. It sounds really, really good. I found it for 22 euros. And the first pressing of Abbey Road A to B1 you will never find for 25 euros. I found it by sheer luck. I went into a German record store, and then there was this UK Abbey Road pressing, near mint. And it really, really, my goodness, there was, yeah, it sounds fantastic. Hey, Jason, nice to meet you. Yeah, you see, this is information. Nice. Thank you, Jason. There's an Irish pressing that has the A1, B1 with Pecco Porky stampers. Thumbs up. Fantastic. Bye, Marius. Nice to always see you. You went through during shutdowns. Yeah, I'm glad I went through it, Marius. I'm glad I went through it. So this was the like, again, to capture here again. This is the UK first pressing of Physical Gravity, my favorite one. Then this is the original UK American Monarch first pressing. Sounds fabulous too. Hard to find a very clean Monarch Physical Gravity too, so it's not easy. And then I found also by sheer luck a crystal clean German pressing of Physical Gravity, and I have to say, for the money, 25 euros, I think, or 30 euros for this double album. The German first pressing, it sounds fantastic. It's not a super nice production. It's not far behind the UK first pressing, and this is really, really some good stuff. Like, I can share you also an example like Michael 45. He reviewed the Pink Floyd, the Blue Triangle stuff, the what I know, 500, 600, 700,000 euro record with the Blue Triangle, Dark Side of the Moon. And he admitted that actually the German first pressing, I have the C62, starting the catalog number starts with C62, the later one is C64, and the C62 of the Dark Side of the Moon sounds really, really fantastic. I have the A3B3 Dark Side of the Moon original UK pressing, and I tell you frankly, the German first pressing for a lot less money sounds really, really good. I agree, Nick. It should be the C on the cover, on the back cover. It has the catalog number starting with C62. This sounds super excellent, and it's really, really not difficult to get those one. And and Michael, he has a fabulous system. He admitted that it's not far behind, and the price difference is far behind. The price difference for a Blue Triangle record is out of my reach. I would never spend so much money on a record. But he said, boom, my niece just came in, funny girl. And yeah, for this, for the German first pressing, you don't buy more than 30-40 bucks, definitely. Yeah, I can understand this, John Urban. The C64 catalog number is also good. For me, honestly speaking, and wish you were here, I have the UK first pressing A1B3, and I have the German Wish You Were Here again, catalog number C64, starting the second press, I think is that in Germany. And I tend to say that the C64 German Wish You Were Here, Patrick also loves it. It's really, really a fantastic sound and Wish You Were Here. If you don't want to spend 300-400 euros for a Wish You Were Here A1B3 with all the schnick you know, all the postcards, the posters, and that crap. I don't care for this. I care for very good vinyl. And the German C64 is really, really excellent. I thought those blue triangles, yes, it's too expensive for me, really much. Yeah, you're right. The early German pressing, yes, yes. If you find that one, the C62 pressing of Dark Side of the Moon is super excellent. So for the last, I'm not into that much into this one. I like very much. Presence. I have this is a German first pressing with the gatefold cover and this card. This where you can feel the writings on it. I don't know the English word when you can feel the writing. This is a very good pressing. I heard, of course, for Presence, the standard for the audiophiles is the UK first pressing. I never found the UK. It's not for me a record I want to have as a UK first pressing, so I am very happy with the German first pressing. If you find it's not super expensive, it has the same inner sleeve, the same stuff like the UK, and it sounds really, really fabulous. Embossed, thank you, embossed, yeah, beautiful. So of course I heard the Japanese presence Patrick did, and the UK presence, and the UK would be my number one, and the German would be my number two ranking. So the last one, I only have a original German pressing of In Through the Outdoor. Not my favorite Led Zeppelin, good one, but not super nice for me. Not super interested in this one. I'm happy with the German pressing, and also here I heard that the UK first pressing seems to be the one to go for. But like I said, for me, it stops with Physical Graffiti. I wanted to have them all in UK and American pressings because I love those. Not that presents I also like, but not so that I have to get them as a huge deal for hundreds and hundreds of euros. So this would be my presentation of the Zeppelins I found in my collection and the information I got about them, and you shared so many good advices. If someone wants to say something more, or we could discuss more, I have some time left. Someone wants to come up, the link is there, we can talk. Oh, Interesting. There's a pressing of George Pyrus of Presence also, but elusive. Okay, okay, for both sides. Okay, okay. No coda I don't have. Not until now, Mike. No coda. Nah. I never bothered to buy it. Forgive me. I have I have these are the other only ones I have. I focused on the first four. I was hunting them down and trying to get UK plum pressings, and somehow over the years I found them in excellent condition. And yeah, so if anyone wants to share something and talk, happy Saturday too, Ivan. Okay, they added 2 discs to it. I'm not saying Coda is bad. It just didn't rock my boat that much, I have to say. So for this is, yeah. Oh, what was my pick for Led Zeppelin 1, John Arbandy? I made a whole video, John. I made a whole video with 6. I think I have 5 or 6 of the Led Zeppelin 1. For me personally, I don't own the classic Led Zeppelin. For me personally, I rank the Monarch George Pyrus pressing is, for me, for my ears, the best one. For me, the best pressing in my system on my table is it's the George Pyrus Monarch. Led Zeppelin debut album. Number 2 would be the UK Plum. And then I think there are many others. The Strawberry German pressing would be my number 3. The German Strawberry pressing is a really, really, really fantastic pressing for 20 euros. If you find Led Zeppelin, the debut album for from Strawberry, you see the name Strawberry etched in the deadbacks of the debut album. It is really, really considered one of the best sounding Led Zeppelin debuts. It cannot compare to the Plum and to George Pyrus, but it is really, really, honestly speaking, not far behind. Maybe the soundstage is a little less, but the power, the lower end, and the balance is not far away from the George Pyrus pressing. If you find the German Strawberry, Google for it on Discogs. Pew! It's really a fantastic sounding album, and honestly speaking, I never saw a bad condition in that. Mine is like unplayed, so I got it for 15 euros. It's a German Strawberry, looks super nice, completely like unplayed, and it's really, really, really a good sounding pressing. Fantastic, John. You will love it. If you like the Pyrus, you will like the Strawberry. It's not far behind. The UK Plum has that certain brutal energy and in your face character, but it sometimes, for me personally, in my older system, it was too much fatiguing. So now with the Vertera Saber cartridge, it's the highs are tamed a little bit. The drum kit of Bonham sounds a little bit too high, too treblish, too much high frequency in the cymbals and in the hi-hat when he attacks the cymbals. So but they tamed it a little bit on the Pyrus. Pyrus did a good job on that. He tamed that high frequency and the Strawberry too. But the attack and the power of the UK Plum is, in my opinion, unmatched. That is my humble opinion. But yeah, it can be fatiguing depending on your system. If you have a revealing system, I had the Dynavector DX70 Karat, and it was too revealing. My phono preamp is a Gold Note PH10 from Italy with a power supply, and they have this. I can switch between the impedance and the card load and the I don't know what it's called, impedance and stuff. So yeah, it was too fatiguing. But now with my Overterra card, fantastic. I can hear it, but the George Pyrus Monarch pressing is a little less fatiguing, but it has super nice soundstage. And number 3 would be the Strawberry pressing. Ever heard any of the Spanish pressing? Huh. Let's see if I find Spanish pressing in Germany. I have never seen in Germany a Spanish pressing. Yeah, but yeah, I would be amazed to see one. S band future live stream on accept pressing, very easy. I don't have to make an live stream for accept pressings, very easy. You get the German ones. This is my humble opinion. If except maybe if you find the balls to the wall done by Robert Ludwig, but I have the German balls to the wall with Robert Ludwig in the dead wax, and for me, this is an album which I can check my system with. It is beautifully recorded. It is a fantastic sound. What are we talking about? For me, accept means for me, accept means Udo Dirkschneider. I don't care for the rebirth of Accept with the new singer. It's not my, it's good music, but it's not. I grew up with Accept. I grew up with Breaker. One of my favorite German metal albums. Breaker is such a high energy record. And then Restless and Wild and Balls to the Wall, Metal Heart, and Russian Roulette. And after Russian Roulette, the power was gone, man. So even the reunion and the later records I didn't follow, like with Halloween when they kicked out Hansen and Kiske. I stopped listening to Halloween, so I stopped listening to Accept after Russian Roulette, which is still a good record. So I would recommend you get the German pressings. They sound fabulous and they are good value for money. I don't have to make an extra live stream for that one because it's so obvious. Similar with the Scorpions. Scorpions, you should go also for the older ones. You should go either mostly for the German pressings, and some are very good with the UK pressings. So Accept is very similar. The best ones I think are the German ones. I would enjoy if you made an under the radar metal albums video, metal albums that are that are underrated perhaps. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. But honestly speaking, I can do that. I can do under the radar, but I don't have so many. Yeah, I think I have some of them which are totally underrated. Fate's Warning come to my mind. Sabotage comes to my mind. Savage Grace comes to my mind. Hair Apparent, Agent Steel, Hallows Eve. I can do that. Underrated. That's a good idea. I will note that down, John. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thrash also. Thrash is in metal for sure. Remus, Sepp. I had to replace my Sepp 4 with Hatch Page involved. I've heard nothing good about Page releases. Yeah, but Remus, you have to be careful. Don't judge so quickly. The number 3, Led Zeppelin 3 and Led Zeppelin 4 of the Page remastered is really, really good value for money. And I'm saying this coming from the UK Plums and the US first pressings. The remasters of 3 and 4 sound really, really good. And I stand for it. Manila Road, definitely underrated. Yes. Kirith Angle, definitely underrated. Yes, for sure. There are many bands. John, good advice. I will do that. Off topic, but you have any tool, Mike Watts? I would love to have any tool, but I can tell you frankly, I leave the stream always up. Yes, sure. Tool is a strange package. Tool is only I own. Tool, the Fear Inoculum sounds beautiful on vinyl, and I don't understand why those freaks don't put out their whole catalog in AAA. And even if they would put it out digitally, I would not care. But what you get from Tool is really not super excellent. Sorry to say. I had the picture disc of Lateralus, it sucked. I had the picture disc of Enemy, it sucked. There are, I think, Enemy, there is a US pressing out there for hundreds of euros. It sounds great, but for me, Tool means Lateralus. Undertow is good, and 10,000 Days is good, and Fear Inoculum is fantastic. But I never saw any fantastic vinyl of Tool except for Fear Inoculum. And I don't want 5 freaking sides of Tool going to the record player after 5 minutes. Man, for me this sucks. Sorry. So they should make nice double albums like AP Productions. I would go for it. Certainly I would buy them, but not this low quality picture, this crap. Yeah. You're right, Ryan. He is too much of a wine taster. Maybe. Yeah, Zep, I understand. I also like the Page remasters. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. I'm not saying they are shit. I can only speak from the UK. I have the UK plums of the first four Zeppelin, and if you cannot find them, I think the Zeppelin remasters are good value for money coming from a digital source. No problem for me. They sound good. 3 and 4 especially. I would say number 3 is the best sounding Zeppelin remaster, and then 4. Because 2 you already got such good sounding albums, pressings, and for the debut album you also have great sounding, good value for money pressings. So 3 and 4 are really great value for money if you go into the Led Zeppelins. Yeah. Ever heard those 90s Zeppelin remasters? I only on CD. I had this CD. Yeah, I'm not. I cannot. I can't remember. Then I have these CDs where the 4 CD set of the 90 remastered. Not bad. But I had Japanese pressings, Japanese first pressings of Led Zeppelin. I had the classics also. I sold the classics. I was such a fool. And I had the Japanese pressings from 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Led Zeppelin, and I didn't like them at all. Morning, and I sold them immediately. The Japanese pressings of Led Zeppelin are so fatiguing and so much high frequency. I cannot even listen to them anymore. This is I sold them many years ago. I would never buy a Japanese Led Zeppelin pressing, but this is just my humble opinion. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Nick. If you find 3 and 4, you should go for the 3. You should check A5, B7, and the 4 is Porky Pecco US or UK. Definitely, definitely. Great pressings. No, not yes. Yeah, of the inherent lack of bottom end. That's right. That's right. I didn't like the Japanese pressings at all. Hi, Plastic. Nice to see you. Yeah, it was good. I agree with John. They were good for the time, but yeah, the remasters of Page, my ears sounded better. Trying out the live stream game. Yeah, I do. Why not? Saturday. Okay. Anyone has something interesting to share? Otherwise, we can call it a day. Yeah, John, try out try out the remaster of Led Zeppelin 4. I like it. I like it pretty much. It sounds digital, it sounds clean, it sounds polished, but I like it. It's not fatiguing. I mean, honestly speaking, the production of Led Zeppelin 4, the Black Dog and the first 2 songs, not great quality in my humble opinion. Stairway to Heaven is better, yes, of course, from the production, but the first 2 should have more bottom end, more bass, more fatness. But it, yeah, and this day I think they corrected that one on the remaster of the fourth of Led Zeppelin 4 because the bottom end is much more present, much more in the mix for me personally. You hear more of the lower volumes, of the lower frequencies, which is a good thing. Like Chris Bellman did to Master of Puppets, the new Master of Puppets Chris Bellman cut is also very good. It's not the original Master of Puppets, but he did a great job because depending on the pressing of Master of Puppets, it can get very fatiguing with the time. It can get very, the high frequency. They mixed it so high in the guitars and the drums. Oof, this is really heavy. But therefore I am again so thankful to Patrick, the vinyl archivist, who showed me the white label promo of Master of Puppets, and this is the most balanced sounding Master of Puppets in my humble ears. This sounds terrific, and the Roadrunner, if you like a good balanced Master of Puppets pressing of Metallica, you should go for the Roadrunner pressing. Dutch Roadrunner pressing. It has the Music for Nations label, but it has the Roadrunner catalog number. This is for me. These two is the white label promo and the Metallica Puppets Roadrunner pressing are the best ones ever. So, oh, there's a phone call coming. Um, I have to say goodbye right now. This is my sister calling. See you soon. Have a good day. Bye.